Is going to say a few words in honor of Memphis. Jacques Rancourt, who is no stranger to the cardiac ICU. And so if you all will help me welcome Jacques.
First of all, I want to thank you guys all for being here. There are times you get invited to do things with people. Somebody will invite you to a restaurant to eat out with them, or invite you into their home, or maybe to join a sports team. And it's always great to have an invitation to do something with somebody. It's a whole different deal when somebody invites you into their pain and into their story. And my friends, that is an honor to be here tonight in your presence and to be invited in the story of Memphis and in your story and to be a part of that. So I just want to say it's an honor. And we've vlogged time at Children's National, my wife and I, my kids and I, just like you guys have, the staff. I know there's some nurses and stuff here. You guys are unbelievable. And how do people get through circumstances like this? In spite of all the pain you go through, you guys are such a big part of that. For the love that you guys have offered and continue to offer by being here and present at this event, that's unbelievable. So thank you to the children's staff for being here. And in your loss, we just want to let you guys know on behalf of everybody, we love you. We love you desperately. And when my wife and I we lost a child about 5 years ago. Her name was Addie. And the pain sticks with you. You never get over losing a child. And some people, will expect you. That's you learn to deal and to cope and to move on and to keep taking steps, but you never ever get over it. As a matter of fact, a few months later, I'd gotten off the phone with one of my best friends. And I was just sitting in the corner crying. I thought there were no kids around. And my daughter Soleil, I don't even know, sweetheart, if you remember this. She saw me, and I got off the phone, and I had tears rolling down my cheeks. And I see her. I walk over to her, and she's kind of in the corner, and she's pushing her eyes together like this. And I said, "What are you doing, sweetheart?" She said, "I'm trying to cry." I said, "Well, why are you trying to cry?" She said, "Because I don't want you to have to cry alone." That is why we are here. Because Brian and Christine and Harley, we don't want you guys to have to cry alone. We want never. Yeah, we go through things in life, and life can be painful, and it can rip your heart out. But you don't have to. You don't have to go through things alone. And actually, I have a little baby sister that died when I was growing up, and there were words that were written on her headstone that my parents had put on the inscription. It said, "Step softly, dreams lie buried here." And when our daughter died, we had those words put on her tomb. "Step softly, a dream lies buried here." And I know one of the most painful things when you go through something like this is you think about all the dreams when you lose a child, all the dreams that are buried, the dreams of the first step, or the dreams of the first word. What's it going to be? Is it going to be mommy or daddy? And parents trying to fight to make sure that kid says their name first. The dream of the first day of school, or the first date, or the college they get accepted to. And it can be overwhelming to sometimes stop and think about all of the dreams that get buried when a child dies. And in my life, I've had to go back and wrestle with some of that and the longings that are in there. But one of the things that I have found that is so important in the middle of everything is the moments you did have and the impact that child did have. That impact goes on. And when I think about Memphis, 371 days, all in the hospital, that child probably received more kisses in that child's life than I did. The times people came in and rubbed little Memphis's arm and held their hands, the nights sitting up, and sometimes the nurse would come in and just tell a joke just to make you laugh and to exhale and just breathe a little bit. The time the staff comes in there and they're singing happy birthday, when gift bags show up, and just when no one else is around, and it's just you and your sweet little baby, and you're hoping and you're praying and you're hoping and you're praying. All those moments will hold you together. Hang on to those, and don't be afraid to let those be what carry you forward. I can remember, we've got now 6 kids, and we're getting a 7th soon. And so we had a minivan. That didn't work because my family can no longer fit in a minivan. That's a big problem. And so like last weekend, we went out and we bought this thing. It's called an NV3 500. Honking square thing. It's got 12 seats in it. And we were switching the insurance over the other day, and they're like, what's the VIN number? So we told them the VIN number. And so, so the old one's a minivan and you're switching it to a bus. It's actually registered as a bus. I pulled the doors open a few days ago to look inside. And my daughter, Soleil, had taken a piece of paper and she put it on the back of one of the seats and it said, reserved for Addie. That was 5 years ago. And so one of the things I want to tell you guys as friends, keep telling the story. Keep celebrating those moments. Keep showing those videos. My goodness for Holly, because I want those memories and those times, giving those hugs and those kisses and those holds to be so special. Like, there are times when my kids will still come up to me and they'll say, and the tears go down, I miss Addie, I wish she was here. But I love when they do that. I never shy away from that. I love when people ask me questions about that, because that keeps that hope, that keeps that memory, that keeps that dream alive. But one of the things that I leaned on, and I want to read just a short passage of scripture from the book of Isaiah. Because when we went through some of what we went through, and we were just looking for ways, things, anything, people, anything that we heard, a sign we read that would just hold us together. Because when you go through something like this, and some of you guys know, some of you guys have been through the valley of death before, and you know the kind of pain, you know the kind of agony. And I just want to read a short passage, because this is one of the passages that held me together. From Isaiah chapter 40. It says this, verse 28. Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator to the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired and weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Young people, they grow tired and weary. Even young people stumble and fall. We do all the time. We mess things up all the time. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. And I love this final verse. It says, they will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. I want to read that part one more time. Those that hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. You know, there are times in our lives where we soar through life on wings like eagles. I mean, there are times in our lives when you get good news in the mail, or you get, the person you asked to marry, you said yes, and you're flying on cloud nine, or you get accepted into college that you always wanted to be, or you got a promotion at work. Some great news just changed the trajectory of your life forever. We know what it's like. It happens all the time where things in our lives, we have moments where we're soaring. We feel like nothing can touch us, and we're just on top of the world. We're on cloud nine. And thank God for those moments, because those moments are very important, and we look back and we tell fun stories, or we have wedding celebrations, and there are times in life where we soar on wings like eagles. There are also times where we run and don't grow weary, that we just read. Like, there are times where maybe there's not something horrible going on in your life, and you're just kind of getting the day-to-day stuff done. You're checking things off the list, and the kids are off to school, and you get them off the bus again, and it's Monday through Friday work day, and you met the deadline, and there's a vacation on the horizon, and you're just kind of scrambling to get together. I mean, there are times in life where we do soar on wings like eagles. We have mountaintop experiences and the greatest vacations ever, and then a lot of the days it's just paying the bills and going through the grind and making sure the kids are up and ready for school, and we're just running and we're not getting weary. And then there are other times where all we can do is find a way to walk and not faint. Where life beats you up so much that a victory some days is taking my right foot and setting it on the floor in the morning, and taking my left foot and putting it in front of my right, and just finding a way, no matter what's going on inside of me, finding a way to walk and not faint. Without that hope in my life, and I know you have beautiful, beautiful Harley running up to and fro, and she's a crowd pleaser, and she walked in here and she started grabbing people by the arms saying, here, I'll show you around. And she's just got a spirit that's unbelievable about her. And thank God that when you guys are falling apart, you can grab her and see her joy and let that joy carry you. But one of the things that I held on to, and my wife held on to, and my kids held on to, in the middle of what we were going through, is that we believe that that we're going to see our beautiful daughter again one day. We believe in that hope. And we believe that God loves children. And for this reason, for the energy inside of them, and I just want to let you guys know that the God who created Memphis, we had a strange Blake, that's okay. The God who created Memphis did a beautiful work. And you see those pictures with wires coming in and out of the arms, and you think about all the nights where you were up just hoping, please make it to this night, make it to this night, please, please, please. And people a lot of times will look at your pain and not be able to make sense of it. And when we look at it, we wonder why, we wonder why, we wonder why. What I want to challenge you to think about is I want you to wonder, what's it going to be like when I see my little boy again? And so we hang on to the hope in Jesus that He gives us that opportunity. And I just want to let you know that Memphis, that story, his story is going to go on. I look at this room and I think, my goodness, like, wow, this many people are here because of that little boy's life. He has impacted more people in 371 days than most people impact in a lifetime. And that impact will go on. And treasure it, and hold on to it,